Alright, we're back. So in between the last video and this one, I watched back the previous episode, and I picked up on a few details that I missed the first time around. I'll talk about those as we get going through here. Just a moment. So if I recall, we got a key last time for a door that was around here somewhere. So anyway, yeah, I rewatched the intro, and I noticed a few things. Number one, I noticed that that blue guy was standing on top of, well, the blue guy, the guy with blue hair, long blue hair. He was standing on top of Darm Tower, and he was like shooting out a dark beam of some sort, and that beam kind of hit this ball of light, which broke into a bunch of different pieces, and then they all fell towards the ground. So what I'm thinking, based on the explanation that was given to us in the game, the transport spell that was taking the search party down to the surface is that ball of light, and this guy is what caused us to fall down and land near the Rhoda tree. So there's that. But I also noticed that those two people we met, which I'm going to check out in a second. Hold on. Should be in here. Oh, we don't have entries for them yet. But those two, I guess mercenaries that we ran into, or they seemed like mercenaries of some sort. They were in the intro, and they were standing next to the guy with blue hair. And then when we encountered him, they mentioned something about the demon that they had. Someone named Zava taught them to use it. So I'm thinking that that guy, who's our like quote-unquote villain of the game so far that we know of, he's probably called Zava. That's just my guess based on all the information we have so far. So, I don't remember exactly where that keyhole was, but I know that it was around here somewhere. I think pretty soon we're going to have enough SP to get another blessing, but I don't know if I want to get that or if I want to save. Just a moment, I actually need to adjust my volume slightly. There we go. So yeah, that's one benefit of, I guess, of recording this playthrough, is that I get to go back and look at the things that I might not have paid super close attention to the first time around. So, can figure out things and maybe see details that I might not have seen otherwise, which is always cool. I forgot to mention this in the first episode, but obviously, like, I don't think I'm gonna get like that many comments or anything, but if I do, please, like, don't leave any spoilers or anything in there. I am playing this game blind, and I'm probably gonna play most of it off screen, or I'm gonna play most of it before actually posting it, just to make super sure that I don't get spoiled. But just in case, like, there's anybody else who happens to stumble up on the video and then they run into they read the comments, I don't want them running into spoilers either. So just, if you could just not talk about things that happen later in the game, that would be great. Not that I really think it'll be a problem. In fact, I'd be surprised if these videos got any comments at all, to be honest. I'm mostly just doing this for myself. So was it up here? No, that's the trap. And we still don't have a way to get past that. Oh yeah, we have that mask as well. I want to run through the area with that equipped at some point. But before we do that, I want to kill all the enemies because it'll be pretty dangerous running around with it. With all them still around. Oh, there it is. There's the keyhole. But before we go through there, I just want to do a quick run through with this equipped. Doesn't seem like there's anything. We got bats. I think those are new. Oh, there we go. There's the up thing that I was familiar with. You have to be stationary to do it. That's another thing I noticed when I was rereading the tutorial. Kind of skipped past that too quickly originally. To be honest, this move was broken when you didn't have to be stationary to do it. Like it was so useful, but I can understand why they'd make it so that it's not that good. Okay, this area is super suspicious, so I'm gonna assume that. Oh, there is something. Wonder what happens if I... Huh. What? Ooh, I don't see who that is. Is this gonna be like actually part of the story where she can't see it either? Yeah. Oh, it's him. Wait, do we recognize him? I think he was one of the people from earlier, but he might not be. He might just be one of the people in the intro. So yeah, there was actually a lot of different people that rained down from that ball of light. And they all seem to like fall in different places, so I think that'll probably come into play at some point. Ah, so he ran into them as well. Still not sure why they want to do that. I wonder if it's just going to be played straight and it's just they're trying to sacrifice the goddesses or something for some dark ritual, or if it's going to be more complicated than that. Something to overcome that trap, I guess. I can't remember what the object was in East 1 that did the same thing, but it might have been this blue necklace. And I think it was actually Luda Gemma that had it, and that's how we got by. So that makes sense that this guy would have it as well. Yeah. So I guess we'll just keep that equipped for now. So, let's see about this guy. Rico Gemma. He is a novice mage, Hugo's childhood friend, and the grandson of Priest Gemma. Well versed in general magic knowledge, he's also inherited a fair amount of his grandfather's wisdom. I believe Hugo is the other character we could have chosen to play as. Maybe he'll be number 2? And another thing I forgot to mention, they mentioned those 2 people that we ran into. They mentioned that they were chasing after a sorcerer, and Hugo was described as a sorcerer in the character select menu, so that might have actually been him. It would make sense. And then when we play as him, there'll probably be a similar encounter with those 2. I don't know why I went right there. Actually, just want to make sure that there aren't any other hidden things here. So, I believe I can wear this and get through that trap now. But before I do that, you'll have to bear with me for a second as I go backwards and just check the previous areas for any hidden walls or anything. Just need to clear out the enemies first, and then I'll just run through it with the mask. This was like a huge pain in the ass in the first game, because enemies would respawn as soon as you went off screen. So you couldn't really do this strategy that I'm doing now of clearing them out. But I think in this game that doesn't happen, so we can just clear out the entire room and then run through it without worrying at all. Okay, so I highly doubt we'll actually run into any secrets. That wall we ran into before is probably the first one, and they're probably all of them are probably going to be really obvious. But I don't know. I have to check everywhere just because, you know, there could be something and I don't want to miss it. Then I'll just double back over here. While we're doing this, actually, one thing I did think of to talk about was the East series in general. So on the day that this is being recorded, it's actually the day that East 8 comes out. I have it bought and everything, but I don't plan on playing it until after I finish 7 before that. And I need to finish this game and Celceta before I start 7. So there's that. But I wanted to talk about why I like this series so much. Because I actually only got into it recently. There was a Steam sale a while back, and I picked up East 1 and 2 just by chance. It was really cheap. It was like less than $5, so I picked it up and figured, whatever, I'll try this out. It seems like an RPG. And I went in with kind of no expectations whatsoever. I'd never even really heard of the series before, but when I actually started playing it, one of the first things I noticed is I went into the menus, and I noticed that it had a character menu like this, where it described all the characters. And I don't know what it was, like, a lot of games do this, but there was just something about the descriptions of the characters. They were just like random NPCs that shouldn't matter in any other game, but in Ys, I don't know, it just felt like they mattered. Like, their descriptions just felt so real. Like, I don't know quite how to describe it, but it's like the world was just extremely immersive. It felt very coherent, like everything made sense and was internally consistent. And I don't know, I just really liked that. It was really refreshing that it wasn't very convoluted, that the story was, or the setting was actually extremely simple. So like you had like the threat of the monsters, but that was brought about because of like a storm, and that's it. It's like the conflict is weather. And then you have like some plot beats that are like they sound very like generic at first, like we must seek out the legendary silver, but it's just like the way it was executed, it felt really good to me. So like Ys 2 is now one of probably my favorite games of all time. And that I only recently played it this year, so that's saying something. I do like the games that came over after it, but I feel like none of them are quite as like emotionally investing as Ys 2 was. And we'll see, this game might change that. It has all the things that I like so far, and it's got all the references to Ys 1 and 2, so that doesn't hurt at all either. So I played Felghana after that, which was supposed to be like a remake of Ys 3, basically. And I liked it. One thing I didn't quite like, I didn't feel like the characters were necessarily as good. Like some characters had kind of weird motivations and weird actions. Like I didn't think they were super unjustified, but it just felt a lot more anime than the first Ys 1 and 2's characters, at least. Which probably the original games probably are pretty anime, but it's kind of like an older anime, if that makes any sense. Whereas Felghana felt a lot more like a modern JRPG, which I don't know. I didn't quite fall in love with it quite as much, but it was still a good game, and I still enjoyed it. And then after that, I played well, Ys 4 is supposed to, like, the most recent version of Ys 4 is Memories of Celceta, so I started that one, but I still haven't finished it. And while I was playing that, I also started the fan translation of Ys 5 for the SNES. And that game was pretty good. I enjoyed that one quite a bit. It was pretty easy, and I've heard that like a lot of people complain about that, but I didn't mind that at all. I liked that it was easy because honestly, I'm not very good at these games, so if I can complete it easily and enjoy the story and everything, then that's good enough for me. So we should be able to actually get through here. Oh, I think yeah, I think if I just avoid the center of the room and just, I guess, defeat the statues, then I can get through more easily. So if I just go here, that should go just fine. So after Ys 5, I played Ys 6, Ark of Napishtim, and I actually liked that one a lot more than Felghana, character-wise. Gameplay-wise, it was fine. It had interesting mechanics with the 3 keys, the 3 different sword types. And Felghana was more interesting probably because it had like the different movement types. Like in this game, it has the cyclone. I keep calling it the cyclone. I can't remember what its actual name is. And after finishing that, I moved on to this game. This is the first one that I thought to actually record blind, because I figured, you know, I'm a fan of the series. Some people might want to see the blind reaction of someone who's a fan of the series, so why waste that first time reaction when I can record it? And I apologize if seeing me go through these areas over and over again is frustrating, but that's gonna happen sometimes. Especially in a game like this, where the moment-to-moment gameplay can get a little bit repetitive, but that's fine. I mean, if you're watching this, you probably know what you're in for. Like, you're probably familiar with the East series, you know what they're like, so it's probably not something that bothers you. So we've got that one down. I guess I have to destroy them all because the pull hasn't weakened at all. And there's the 4th one down. By the way, I don't know if it's picking up, but if you hear me drinking, it's because I need to be drinking water to actually talk, so that my throat doesn't get all dry. Who's this? Is this somebody from the search party that she's familiar with him? We're not. Their designs are kind of generic. Makes me think they're not really that important, but we'll see. Ramona. For some reason, that name sounds really familiar. Like I've heard it before, but I don't really know. Was their character called that in a previous East game? I'm not sure. Maybe it's just another game that I'm thinking of, I don't know. I mean, honestly, she's kind of a beast. I don't know why you're criticizing her. She's gotten, like, this far just fine. I just realized that this is the first time we've had a protagonist that talks. Like, it's always just been like, Adel introduced himself, Adel explained this and that. And this is the first time that we're actually getting dialogue from our protagonist in an East game. By the way, I say Adel. I know that's gonna annoy some people. I'm gonna keep saying that, sorry. That is probably smart. But I bet you anything, she's gonna get sidetracked on her way back to home base. Especially if I have control over her. Yep. What I'd really like is a save point. Because I don't want to warp back to another one. These enemies seem a bit stronger. I guess it makes sense. It's after the first boss. This seems like it might be an enemy from the previous games. Let me check. I'll also check the bat enemy. Huh. Nustarl and Normus. They're different. So Nustarl is a more powerful mutation of the Normus. All of its movements are faster, though it appears to have a stiff neck as a result. Then Vagully, a small bat-like demon, prefers to gather in flocks, with the entire group acting as a whole to lunge at enemies. Once in motion, they're nearly unstoppable. Then News, a slime demon with a nucleus capable of subdividing to multiply. Attacks will have to be directed. Sorry about that. I think I just knocked the mic. Anyway, attacks will have to be directed at this nucleus, or they'll be countered. And then there should be, probably near the end. Yeah, there we go. Well, that's going to be a lot of bosses. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24 bosses. Huh. I wonder if all of those are going to be Unikas, or... Huh, I guess we'll find out. So we've got Velgullin, the Winged Familiar, a great winged demon confronted in the Wailing Blue tier, capable of splitting itself into innumerable smaller creatures which can band together to inflict severe damage. I feel like that might be the name of the guy from East 1, but I don't remember exactly. It's probably not, because I don't think he looked quite like that. It's definitely a reference to him, though. Leather boots. We got boots. Wonder what they actually do. If they just increase our defense or what. Yeah. That's fine. Now those enemies look kind of tough. So I'll try to come at them from... Oh shit. Oh, there we go. Let's see what those are. A Wile Wearer. A proud warrior clad in golden armor. Uses its massive shield to fend off frontal attacks, but is weak against skills and strikes from behind. And those characters that we just ran into, Ramona and Roy. She is an established knight with top-ranked short sword mastery, a bit introverted but close with Cecilia, competent and helpful, and very understanding towards Unica and Roy. And Roy is a young holy knight and childhood friend to Unica. Acts like a brother to her, which she hates. His combat skill and good judgment earned him a good spot in the search party. Alright, that's good to know. I wonder who Cecilia is. Doesn't sound familiar, but I could just have horrible memory. Oh yeah, I should talk to Shell Girl. Navi. I'm just gonna call her Navi. So we're probably gonna meet up with everyone soon. And she just gave me permission, basically, to keep exploring. Even though I think it would be out of character for her to say that, but realistically, as like a gameplay signaling feature, she's probably there just saying that because it's like they want the player to know where to go at all times, and that item is like what you use to see where you're gonna go. I didn't need to do that. I might have needed to do that. We'll see. It's hard to gauge distance from this angle, but... Oh no, I didn't need to. It's fine. Yeah, these guys aren't so bad. Just need to back up when they're about to attack. Oh crap, I forgot to check this area for hidden walls or anything. Nothing there. I doubt we'll find anything, but hey, it's more SP, it's more experience. It's just, I don't know, it's an all-around good idea, except entertainment-wise, to go back and do this. I just really don't want to miss anything. And if I do miss something, I mean, you can point it out in the comments, but honestly, I'll probably have already finished the game by the time you post anything, so it's probably not going to be that helpful. Still, it'd be interesting to know regardless. I don't expect to find anything in this room, honestly. Even in East 1, there was only like 2 or 3 secret passages that you needed to use that for in the entire game. And they were all, like, one of them was mandatory, I remember that. Maybe two or three of them were mandatory. Then again, I might have just missed a whole bunch of them, but it seemed like there weren't that many. We're getting a lot more SP from these enemies. Alright. So. We've got nothing over here. Nothing over here. And predictably, nothing over here. Oh, at least that worked. Oh, we got wizards. I think that's a new type of wizard, or sorcerer. Oh, by the way, while we're talking about the other East games, one thing I really liked about East 6 was how the kind of like the villain was basically like humanity. It was like everything was fine until kind of greedy people came along and messed with the natural order of things. I don't know. I just kind of like that whole theming. It's like the Roman fleet was kind of hinted at early in the game, but you never see them, and you think it's just kind of like backstory. And then they actually show up, and it's like, oh shit! I just thought that was a really cool moment. I guess I probably should have given a warning of some sort that I plan on spoiling basically all the other East games, or I basically have at this point. I mean, I figure at this point, if you have played, if you're playing this game or watching this game, you've probably played all the games that came out before it, I would assume. And if not, well, it's not like I've spoiled too many twists or anything, but these games don't really rely on twists anyway. It's more like it's more about the execution of the story. So like even if you know that something happens, it's more about like how it happens. That's more interesting. Although I've been kind of completely blind for every single game. I haven't been spoiled for any of them, so that's always been nice. I don't know where that door is. I'm actually running a little low on health. That's where that is. And then we've got a door down here, which I will check out later. But first, let's just do a quick run through the area. Doesn't seem like there's anything, but can never hurt to check. So, this one was already open, so we'll go through this door first. I don't know, it just seemed like there might be something there, but doesn't seem like it. This chest is kind of suspect. I feel like I'm gonna get ambushed. Beast Medallion. I don't know what that is. Well, I called that. Oh crap. Crap. I might not survive this. Just gotta be really careful. Okay, I think I'm good. That was more stressful than it needed to be. If I was actually just careful from the start, then wouldn't have had to worry. I'm gonna walk past these guys because I'm just going straight to this door. And if we get to a boss, I can call it an early episode. Or a save point or anything. Looks like we're going up. I know there's going to be no point to doing this at all. Like, they wouldn't do a secret that cryptic again. I'm willing to bet a lot of people got stuck on the puzzle where you have to break the pillar in East 1. I actually didn't, because I was just clicking on all the pillars with the hammer anyway. I was also clicking on like every wall, but I can imagine some people probably who didn't do that, they just have no idea. Because there's like no indication, other than the sprite of the pillar being slightly different, there's no indication that there's like a bell inside of it. If there's actually like a sprite of a bell inside of it, that would be one thing, but there's nothing of the sort. Oh, there we go. There's a save point. This looks boss-like. So I can teleport back here if I want later. Right now, we have 2,000 SP. Bad status duration. Effective herbs. What I really want is increase SP gain, but I assume that'll be easier to get later, so I don't need to save up for that now. Let's strengthen our current leggings. I haven't even noticed the stationary heal rate. Maybe because we're inside a dungeon, maybe when we leave there will be one, but I also didn't know this game had status effects, like in E6. So we'll do this, and then we will do that one. Then next we'll get this later, and then probably this one, or this one. So we can save. So we've been playing for 40 minutes. So I think we have time for this boss, probably. Alright, it's gotta be a boss, right? Yeah, I don't think that's gonna happen. Yeah, that's about right. Velagunder, the gangly beast. Oh, that's cool. Hmm. It's pretty straightforward so far. I wonder if there's a better way to damage it, though. Maybe I can make him damage his own limbs or something? No. Seems like I'm barely doing any damage to him. There must be something I'm missing. Oh, we can stun him. Maybe we... Oh, there we go. Now that's more like it. Oh crap. That's that sticky or gooey stuff that is really slippery from the Elizabeth boss fight in E6. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Wonder if I need to down thrust or... It's gonna take a while. I don't know if I'll actually survive this. I need to not get hit at all, basically. Crap. Well, so much for that. There's our first death. So if I end up taking forever to beat a boss, ideally I probably should just cut it out and then only show the winning attempt, but I don't know, I just don't really feel like doing that. I don't feel like doing any editing for this, so I'm just not going to. Alright, this isn't so bad. Not sure how to dodge that one. If you get caught by that first hit from that, it's really hard to recover from that. That one seems easy enough to dodge. You can just kind of jump when he bites, but these ones it seems like you can break the bullets, so that kind of trivializes that. But uh-oh. I guess that's the only way to dodge that. Uh-oh. Yeah, that goo kind of tripped me up there. This may take a while. To think I was complaining about it being too easy in the first episode. I mean, this is pretty average difficulty for an East boss, honestly. Like, this is about the normal amount of trouble that I usually have with a boss. You just kind of have to figure out how to beat it and execute it well. It's a little harder when I'm recording, but not that much. Because I'm not really saying much anyway. Gotta watch where that goo is. Crap. I also love how the bosses have like kind of shmuppy elements to them. Like the way you dodge their bullet patterns and stuff. I don't know, I just really like that. And then when you have magic, it's basically like every boss actually is a shoot 'em up, pretty much. Don't want to waste this boost. Gotta kill these so that their slime doesn't trip me up, which it's already doing. Crap. That's pretty close there. Just needed to not get hit that last phase. Yeah, I probably should have dodged that. Probably better to just not take a face full of fist. Not the wisest strategy. Just one more should do it. Maybe two. Crap. Just slipping and sliding all over the place. I'm just gonna try and stay away from those. And this might kill it. Crap. One more phase. Well, just need to not get hit at all. And that didn't work out. By the time I beat this, that'll probably be an episode. Damn it. Well, it's gonna last the whole time anyway, but this angle is really hard to get. Yeah, I think dodging those is actually worse than just cycloning through it. Oh, that heals him, I just noticed. There we go. So we could go up there, but before we do, I'm gonna go back here and save. And apparently that was only 4 minutes. Maybe it doesn't count death or times after you die. Huh. Well, anyway, that about covers the, I don't know. That's a decent length for an episode, so I'm just gonna cut it here, and we'll pick it up next time. Alright, see you guys then.